Welcome to the Newark Regional Business Partnerships Engage and Exchange podcast. Join us for business insights and meaningful conversations with NRBP's member organizations. Thank you to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage and Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG and LISC New Jersey. Hello, I'm Philanda Fox-Nixon, President and CEO of the Newark Regional Business Partnership. We are the premier chamber of commerce for the greater Newark region. Our guest today is Nathaniel Cooke, Jr., Director of Market Development for Propel America. Thank you for joining us and welcome. So thank you for being with us today. We like to start by getting to know a little bit about you. So tell us about yourself.
Sure. My name is Nathaniel Cooke Jr. Everyone calls me Nate. I'm a resident of Newark, New Jersey. Love the city. Have a deep background in business development partnerships. I started my career in corporate partnerships, worked for a few Fortune 500 companies, and then I settled back in Newark and wanted to give back to a community that gave so much to me.
Oh, awesome. And so what brought you to Propel America and how long have you been there?
I've been at Propel America for around 2.5 years now, Philander, and the reason why it gravitated me to this program and the impact is that I saw the impact of workforce development and that it could have on underserved communities, and I knew that a lot of our young fellows and our young students, particularly in Newark, didn't have the access or the resources to go to your traditional college route, so they were looking for other career pathways, and that what kind of motivated me to help Propel America continue to build in Newark.
And so what does Propel America do? What's its mission? Is it a national organization?
Yes, it's a national organization. We have 5 regions, obviously here in Newark, Camden, Baton Rouge, Los Angeles, and Philadelphia. And what we typically do, we're a workforce development program in healthcare. We help young students get healthcare certifications and get them hire ready for major jobs in the hospital. And one of the things that we find is the pain points in most hospitals, Philander, is that they hire staffing agencies that's not from these communities. So the experience is diluted, and we've told them that they can get a better return on their investment if they invest in the young talent in Newark, and that's where we come in.
And we didn't talk about your team. Like, what's the size of your team? Is it just you doing this all by yourself?
No, we have a pretty good team. Region like 40 in Newark. We have about 3 or 4 people on our team. We're still very grassroots. And the crazy thing is, people think that's chaos. I kind of like it because I like to have touch points with different things like that. So, and I think it's more intimate where like I can have coffee chats with people. People constantly see my face. So that's kind of we're small but we're mighty.
Okay, and so like what are the sizes of the cohorts that you have like throughout the year?
Usually throughout the year, we're around 50 to 60 kids each cohort. And once they finish our program, we get them employer ready, hire ready. Not just get them certified, but they get soft skills as well. Resume building, dress for success, soft skills that they would need in the workplace.
And are they all high school students?
No, they're typically around 17, 18 years old to 26 years old.
Oh, okay. So what are some challenges that you have with your program?
A lot of the challenges is just buy-in from employers, because a lot of times employers are conditioned to, go to, like, say, your traditional staffing agencies or really get they so-called polished talent. So sometimes they feel like they're taking a gamble investing in our talent. But if we continue to show up and show them that, our talent are ready, they just need a chance. So that's kind of like selling them on that sometimes is a challenge. But once we get the partnership going, they see the fruits of our labor.
Okay, so let's talk about the fruits of your labor. What are some success stories?
Great. We had one, she'll probably kill me if I say it, but no, she's from Newark, New Jersey. Her mother unfortunately passed away, and she was working at the airport. She was just like going in between jobs, but she couldn't find a career. She came to Propel America, did very well, was one of our best students, got hired by Robert Wood Johnson. She moved out. She has her own apartment now. She's taking care of 2 younger sisters, and now she's one of our alumni. So when I go to different events, different venues, she comes with me and let people know the impact that we do with our program. And she's right in from the heart of Newark. So she's one of our great success stories. We have countless other stories of young kids, like I said, that were just in between jobs, and they're like, Nate, they'll come to me and say, I'm looking for a career. This job is great, but I need something to help me to get career ready. And we've been kind of like that liaison for them.
And how do these young adults find out about Propel America and what it has to offer?
A lot of it is our social media strategy. We're really big on Instagram, TikTok. I go to a lot of career fairs. I go to different high schools, functions. So when we built it up in Newark, it was really just grassroots Philander, going to high schools, going to fairs, going to community leaders. NRBP do a great job with promoting our work, and now kind of our results speak for itself. So we get a lot of referrals.
Okay, referrals, always good, always good. And do you have a website?
Yes, it's www.propelamerica.org. www.propelamerica.org. We're on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Propel America. And you can always see the great work on our social media platforms.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Are there any particular initiatives that you would like to promote? Any strategic partnerships that you think are worth sharing with us?
Yeah, sure. A few. First of all, due to NRBP, we got connected with Berkeley College, and we have a partnership with Berkeley College where a lot of our kids, you say that we open the door. Berkeley College helps them kick the door open. What we do is get them certified, and what happens now with a lot of our kids are so interested in getting the AAS or the BA, we transition them to Berkeley College. So we do all of our welcome events, all of our different social events at Berkeley College, and a lot of our students have transitioned and become students at Berkeley College. So we've had that partnership with Berkeley College for like 6 months now, and it's been very fruitful.
Okay, very good. So you mentioned you do a lot of social media to promote your programs and initiatives. Do you have an actual physical location here in Newark?
Yeah, so we work a lot at 142 Lafayette Street. In Newark, New Jersey, that's a workspace that we use. Obviously, we use Berkeley College a lot as well, doing a partnership because we're a remote program. So the reason why we're remote and we're synchronous, asynchronous means that our students do our program on their own time. Because our students have a lot of trials and tribulations and barriers, and we feel like the traditional college route doesn't fit a lot of our kids, so they do our program on their own time, and we see that they results are much higher than if they would go to like a traditional college route.
So it sounds like to me, your job is one where you're outside, right?
Yes.
So describe to me a day in the life of Nathaniel Cooke Jr.
A day in the life is always controlled chaos because I'm director of market development, so I have to make sure, obviously, that the lights stay on. That from a financial standpoint, that we're stable. From a market development standpoint, that we're stable. That we're keeping up with our competitors. That we're making our employee partners happy. That they're satisfied. That we're creating new partnerships with our employee partners. So I say I'm like a jack of all trades, a Swiss Army knife. But primarily, I just want to make sure that we're stable from a financial standpoint and from an employee partner standpoint.
And what do you think from your personal background was what Propel America found attractive in you to fulfill these responsibilities?
I think because I didn't have a lot of nonprofit experience. I come from corporate side, so I brought a lot of business development that I learned from corporate into nonprofit because I think a lot of times, and I work with other nonprofits before besides Propel, I teach them that you have to be in the business of helping people. The key word, the business. And I think that's what attracted me, Propel, their team, to bring me on. And I've taught some of those best practices to all the regions that we have, not just Newark.
So it sounds like you're being very successful in what you're doing currently. What's your vision for the future, for what you hope to accomplish?
The vision for the future is I hope that in the city of Newark, every young adult has a chance to go to a different pathway. If they don't want to go to your traditional route, that there are programs and systems set up for them to be successful. Because I find that a lot of times our students, once they graduate from Newark, if they're not going the college route, they're kind of just thrown out the door. There's no pathway for them. So I want to ensure that every student has a pathway, whether it's college, trade, workforce development. We're going to gear them up to be successful as they can be.
Okay, so you mentioned that, your membership in NRBP has been very beneficial for you. Why did you join NRBP?
I felt like I joined NRBP just for the community, obviously the networking, but also for them to advocate for us in rooms that we're not in. And that's what you guys do all the time. I can't tell enough how many introductions I received because you guys, obviously Berkeley College, funders, people that are stakeholders in this region that sometimes, I'm only one person. I can't be everywhere. Any room that you guys are in, you're always advocating for Propel America. So you get 2 thumbs up from me.
Thank you so much. And you yourself are a native Newarker.
Yes.
So talk about your experiences, just kind of seeing some of your peers fall through the cracks.
Well, crazy. Like a lot of people always say, like I'm like the gym where I grew up at. That kind of made it out. Most people that I come from the Central Ward of Newark are either like dead or in jail. But I have to just thank my sister who's older. She's a pediatrician at UPenn. She always kept me on the right path, and I always thought it was cool to be smart. You know, I was never like thought that shied away from that. So I've always like had my head in the books. I always want to stay in the right path, and Boys and Girls Club and different mentorships kind of kept me on the right path.
Because I can tell you bring that passion to you with you every day at work, and that also helps to make you be successful. Of everything we talked about today, what do you want people to remember most about Propel America?
I would say hope, that we give a lot of young adults from Newark hope, and I think that's our superpower.
Awesome. So thank you. Thank you for your impact that you're having in the city. Thank you for your influence with the young adult. And we wish you continued success in all that you do.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you for joining us today. As always, I'd like to leave you with a quote. I never dreamed about success. I worked for it. And that comes to us from Estee Lauder, beauty and cosmetics mogul. Again, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to NRBP's Engage in Exchange podcast. Tune in next time for more NRBP member organization insights. For more information about our organization, visit www.newarkrbp.org. Thank you again to our podcast host sponsor, the Martin Tuchman School of Management at NJIT. Additional support for NRBP's Engage in Exchange podcast is provided by PSEG and LISC New Jersey.